opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the shit show.
Ah! Just kidding.
Hi, you guys. I've missed you the last 2 weeks.
What's going on? What's going on? I'm here. I hear I get all ready and dressed up and everything, and going, look, where's the chat? What's going on?
She went to the Bikini Bistro.
I don't know.
I went
to
Florida, and I babysat 2 beagles and house sat. So someone could go to Norway and visit their in-laws. So it was great. It rained a lot though. I had like 3 full days that were like really sunny and nice, and the rest of the time it was raining. But they said that's what time that in August that's what happens. So I guess it rains a lot in August in Florida, especially down near where I was at, near Miami. So it wasn't too bad, but it was beautiful. She had a beautiful house. She had just moved in. It still had boxes that weren't unpacked and stuff. So, she was thankful. I enjoyed myself. It was great. But I want to start out this show today, because last time that we did a show, it was just Ruben and I passed out my first massive dickhead award, right? So I want to do it again tonight, and I'm going to play this first. Okay, because this person, he got instant karma for his actions. I saw this little video go down my timeline, and it was posted by by James Woods, and I'm going to laugh a lot when it happens, but I think it's hilarious. It's funny, and it's commentary, by some other person, but it was shared on there, and I want to share it with you guys because I think he deserves the massive dickhead award. So here we go. You guys ready? Okay, here we go.
Sure.
Welcome to Barataria, Louisiana. Yeah, I know when a video starts out like this, we normally think it's Brazil, but no, this is in the good old U.S. where a man is pulling out his knife. But we all know you just don't bring a knife to a friggin' car fight as he pulls off a flip-a-doodle-doo in the earth. His head in return for his efforts. His girlfriend, boyfriend,
I do love vehicular homicide.
Oh my God.
He's like, no, and she's like, what is it? Is it your back? And he's like, no, I'm gonna
Joking,
end up.
of course.
Oh God! Oh no!
There you go. Well, he got instant karma, so I know that hurt really bad. But don't ever bring a knife to a car fight. That's all I have to say. So he got what he deserved, I guess. I mean, from that other guy's point of view, apparently. So I don't know why he would bring a knife anyways, that big. Do you see how big it was? It's like a machete. He took it out of his truck. So,
the only way, I mean,
it's terrible.
Here's the thing, folks. The only way you're surviving a knife to a car fight is if you know how to wield that knife in ways that people don't expect. And hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Orange Hat Uncensored and Janet's Shit Show. But yes, this guy, I mean, if I have a knife personally, I would wield it in a way that they do not expect. Like if they're going to try to run me over, I'm going to whip that knife as hard as I fucking can at that windshield and hope it pierces because of the counter momentum.
Yeah, I just thought it was
the momentum going this way and the momentum going this way. And that causes hypervelocity, which causes the piercing effect of the blade to potentially save your ass, even though at the sacrifice of your legs. So yes. know how to use a knife in more than just one way, which is stupid intimidation. It's like, dude, you're not intimidating. I have an engine. Vroom, vroom, bitch.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. I had to share it. I
Oh, it
laughed.
was hilarious.
I've seen it like
Cool.
6 times, and I still laugh every time. And I probably shouldn't, but I'm so sick of people just losing their freaking mind and thinking they can just attack whoever they want. And that someone's not going to defend themselves whichever way. I mean, if you went after him, the guy jumped in his car. What did you think was going to happen? I mean, I don't know. It's like we have no common sense in the world anymore.
But that's what's so scary now is that you have the 2 aspects of it, or I would say 2 or 3. Number one, if you get into an accident or something, an altercation occurs, the accident is normal, but an altercation occurs and you get out of your car, who knows? That's a setup. It could be a setup.
Yeah.
It's that it happens now where they can hit you or knife to you and all that stuff. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what happened, that the guy, who knows, the guy hit the guy and then it came with a knife to confront him. And then the guy just said, screw this, I can use my car. And I would do the same thing. If I see someone with a knife or something with that, I'm not getting out. I'm gonna ram the damn person. Because again, I'm trying to. But we're living in this crazy world right now where basically it's like if you're a good Samaritan doing something that you could get in danger. And again, it goes back to the Bible stories of how it is and what's going to happen. And I feel like that sometimes, where if you do good, no good deed goes unpunished in a sense.
Well, see, that's why I kind of like that one, because almost instantly, as soon as he was trying to be a dick, basically, was being a dick by whipping out a knife and going after somebody for whatever the reason is, because we don't know. But as soon as he did, he got run over by the person he was going after with the knife. So it was like instant karma. But I wanted to start out with something light like that. And I like the massive dickhead award because even a woman can be a dickhead, so I can use it on a man or woman. Hey, and you guys share stuff in the Friday Night Shit Show chat if you see somebody that you think deserves a dickhead award, so we can make people laugh.
I have a few thoughts.
But
oh my gosh, Merrick Garland, Jack Smith.
Yeah, well, the first thing I was going to talk to everybody about was something I saw that came across the timeline, and I thought it was pretty good. So I was going to share this with everybody. Trump vows to cut the business tax rate to 15%. Create government efficiency commission led by Elon Musk.
Because you want to
hear about that?
Yeah, but you want. But the thing is that what's so weird is, again, they're not teaching history anymore. So you know who did this as well? This same plan is Calvin Coolidge's plan. Calvin Coolidge, because they don't teach history. Before the you heard about the Roaring 20s, right? They roared because he went into the office and then what he did is he cut all the regulation. He just said, "No, I'm cutting it off." Boom, done. He cut it. He did a Malay. That's what Trump's doing. He's doing the Malay now. And what I'd really appreciated it if you could find the audio of the second day of Sean Hannity's town hall with him that he had, yesterday, I believe. He basically said that he went in there, he knew the people didn't work with them, but now I know who to work with. And that scares the fuck out of the big government, big pharma, big everything.
The swamp.
Again and again, drain the swamp. And it's not just that's the one thing we have to remember. There's 2 things you have to remember, everybody. This is what I'm telling everybody this right now. The swamp is not just DC. It's the corporations, it's the big media, it's big Hollywood, it's the globalists, all the stuff that from Europe and all that stuff. And number 2. And here's the one thing. This is why I'm doing this. I'm doing a video every day on X, on YouTube, Instagram, all over the place. I'm doing it. That's why I put links below. Trump is our proxy. He is again. We have to beat Donald Trump in our own lives. I'm going to trying to start a business, trying to get things done as well. Resurrect, because I had a business before, but each of us has to do this, and we have to get our charges back. Because again, you see that when you look at the unity aspect, I'm seeing RFK Jr. people coming out, and they were saying, well, I was a Democrat my lifetime, and then this and that, but you know what? I'm doing it now. I'm unite. Cenk Uygur is now going to be a part of the unity ticket. Now, I've never, I wouldn't believe that. And he has, his tweet was like, holy shit. He goes, you can get 98% of everything right with the Democrats, but that 2%, you're called a Nazi, basically. He said that. And then he says, but Republicans or MAGAs, he said MAGA.
Yeah.
You can get 2% to agreement, and then they'll welcome you in. Because that's the whole point. I think Cenk Uygur's ideas are dumb, but he has a right to say dumb things. He has a right to have his business. He has a right to have his show. He has his right to do anything. I don't want anybody to be censored at all.
Well, see, that's one of the things that we've been saying since day one. When we started doing this show together, we all agree on the same thing about freedom and the right to say what we feel, right, and what we believe, and the right to bear arms, and for all of us to just be able to be ourselves. You know what I mean? And just because you feel a certain way about the rights that you have or you should have because of our Constitution, that doesn't make me a Nazi. You know what I mean? Right. So and we even accept them. See, we're willing to let them stand on the corner and yell and call me a Nazi or whatever it is they want to do, because they have the right to do it, right? As long as they're not trying to hurt me and they're just using words, I can deal with that. But I should have the same right, you know, to say, hey, I don't believe that. I think that's you're full of shit.
You know, I blame the AIDS epidemic and helicopter parents. Tell me, here's this. Yeah. When AIDS started, it became, you have to wear the red pin to be accepted. And everyone was wearing it. I said, no, don't do it. No. And for me, it was about personal responsibility. I was a kid, and I said, okay, only if you have gay sex, you get it. Well, then don't have gay sex. It's just like, or have some responsibility when you're having sex. And they didn't. And of course, there were people that were hemophiliacs that had blood problems, like Arthur Ashe and a few others that were, you know, tragically passed away. But the bottom line was, take some responsibility. And then it leaked into Hollywood. And then the whole the first thing that hurt I remember was when they said, we're not going to say the winner is. We're going to say the Oscar goes to. And right then and there, I went, holy shit, they're trying to, like, you know, not offend anybody. And I went, that's why I stopped. I actually stopped watching the Oscars when they started doing this. So I've known about this, what they're doing, for a long time. And it's about, no. And that's why I said, nah, that's why, again, I've never been corrupted by the bullshit per se. And then the whole idea that the bottom line here with when they did the whole lockdowns, and you had these same people, if they say my body, my choice, and I wouldn't care, because again, I'm not going to get my wife she couldn't have kids. She had a hysterectomy, but you know, God forbid, if I get married, again, I would say if I get married and have kids, that's my thing. And I was like 17 years old. I remember in health class, and somebody said, so-and-so's pregnant. I went, well, they're not married yet. How can they be pregnant? It clicked in my head, because it's like, you don't do that until you're married. And it was like logical to me. But now that they're doing this, they want to corrupt you. Music, media, even the government's doing it. They're paying, like what was it? The Ice Cube came out and said that the government paid him to do raps, kill the police, and all that stuff. That came out from the CIA was doing it. It's counter programming. They're doing it, and everything that's wrong or you can complain about that the government says we're trying to fix, they actually did it. They created it.
Usually, okay, like common sense tells you that if your husband comes home from work late and he points his finger at you and says, you're cheating on me, what does that usually mean? Right. They're usually the one cheating. So you know what I mean? So you always push what you're doing or thinking or whatever on other people.
Right.
And basically every time we hear the left or whatever accusing me or you or being a Nazi or whatever, they're the ones doing it. I mean, if you think about it, they anti-fascists, okay, they call it they're Antifa. Basically, everything they do is fascist. So it doesn't make any sense.
But again, as we're approaching the election day, the propaganda, the military industrial complex is ratcheting up. Hence what they did to Lauren Chen. I don't know what's going on here. I trust the situation. Sorry, I trust the innocence of her. But again, the fact that they had this honeypot set up to set her up pisses me the fuck off. The government allowed this to happen, and they've been monitoring for a long time. And then they came up and saying, "Oh, Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, and others, they were the victims. You know, we're going to help." And they're going, "Fuck you!" And then they were saying that to Benny, sorry, not to Benny, to Tim, that we're going to ask you some questions. And then Viva and Barnes, and a few others say, "Don't do it." Even General Flynn said it because that's what happened. They want you to talk. They want to get it done. So that's why it's like myself. I didn't take the vow of poverty. Well, I did, but I want to live my life humbly. And I told Hai already that I myself do not want anything. I want nothing. If I get a job, it's all going to go to her or a trust or I told her I want to donate it to a school that I want to create for, because again, when I have kids, please God, I am never going to send them to a public school. I'm never going to jab them with anything. No, not one fucking thing. And again, even more so now that I've seen everything. Again, doing your research now, because again, now that I've seen everything that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been doing and Nicole Shannon has been doing, and then seeing the bunch of people out there, man, they are blowing the lid on so many things that are going on. And what they're doing in Japan, we're doing in Europe, where they're exposing what Moderna and Pfizer have been done, and went, wow, I went, holy crap. So it's collapsing, but again, that is when the other side is going to ratchet it up. So be very careful who's reaching out to you, who's talking to you. Again, they did the Crowder and O'Keefe set up a nice girl to go out there and get the guys. So then here's what I tell you now. If girl's going to reach out to you and out of the blue and is going to see sweet, second guess everything, because you see it. They do it on Telegram, on Instagram, and all that stuff, and that's what they want to do. They want to do it that way so that they're going to create a crisis. That they're going to say, well, the solution is a digital ID. It's going to happen, and we have to fight it back because that's what they're going to. Go ahead.
The way that to go back a little bit, you guys mentioned about the media and how they report on things. Best way to counter that is with, or as much as people will most likely disagree, a government efficiency and whatnot, like Elon Musk is creating. We need what's known as a press efficiency, or we need what's known as press efficiency, where we're going to have people like Mark Dice, because Mark Dice brings a lot of fucking receipts when he does his videos on YouTube and stuff. And there's also this guy that I follow, Black Conservative Perspective. He also brings a lot. Hey, how you doing, Kenny? A lot of receipts and stuff to show the hypocrisy of what goes on in the media. So when the media decides to say one thing that completely is contradicted by what they had said before, or when they show clips taken out of context, we need some sort of group within, I don't know, maybe the government. Now this is not to censor, to clarify, folks. This is not to censor. This is not to take away any rights. They are free to say what they want. However, there will be context provided and fact-checked on or in real time. So when they run their little news reports and they start lying, immediately there will be an emergency broadcast strip going across saying this is false information provided or context provided, or context will be provided after
don't
this.
you think that's going to make everything worse? I mean, the problem that I see right now
piss them off to the point
is the fact that people don't have any common sense because they're so bombarded with so much information from so many things, and they don't take the time to read or research or find out anything. They just go around like whatever.
Yeah. Because you had the AP story that basically ran that JD Vance said that it's a fact of life of school shootings, and then they had to retract it, but didn't do a retraction, just deleted the tweet, but not after like. What is it? 4.5 million people saw the tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do clarifications, but the rest of the media fucking ran with it. But
Kamala's still running with it.
Yeah, I know.
But the thing is, when I brought this subject up about what Trump said, right? And about him wanting to do this whole thing with the cutting the tax rates and stuff, which now I'm sure you're going to see in a couple of days. Camilla says all this herself, exactly. And she has someone besides Elon Musk. It'll be Mark Cuban or something like that, in her point of view. But the thing is, I think this right here, a government efficiency committee, is a great idea. I want to see smaller government. I've always been for that.
Right.
And I think Elon Musk is really smart. I mean, to be as young as he is and to have as many businesses as he has going all at one time, that was one of the things that I really was impressed by this whole thing. And this is on Fox News, so this isn't like something I made up or just scrounged around and found. But the thing is, everything he says in this all makes sense. At least it does to me, for a person a small business person and a person that pays taxes, a person that wants to better themselves and have a good retirement nest egg, set aside, all those things. And I think most people, even young people in high school that haven't even graduated yet, are thinking, where are they going to be when they're old? If there isn't any jobs and everybody has to work for the government, if you're forced to live in a 15-minute city or any of these things, they're starting to look at it that way, to understand that, like I said, it was a couple of weeks ago when the first time a young person gets their very first paycheck and they go, who's FICA? Okay, because they don't understand yet the concept of how much control the government has over you in your life. Even though you're just living your life and you just got a measly little job or whatever it is, they're already in there taking your money.
So
even though you're living with mom and dad.
So what's your most opinion on the following? You see a lot of these TikTok videos or Instagram videos, especially TikTok, where you have these people just out of college, or even people younger than me, basically. Well, shit, there's another story there that will basically say, I can't survive anymore. It's too expensive. And the Democrats are pushing the whole idea that they're price gouging, which they're not. They're just spending too much fucking money, and you voted for this, morons. So what's our response? It's like, well, the response
is this. What did you go to college for? Gender studies? No wonder you're failing. It's a useless fucking course. Maybe if you went to college and took took a course that was actually fruitful to future possibilities.
But you got to remember, they're kids.
Better chance.
No. Told that you should take this or take that and use your credits towards this. That's what a guidance counselor is for, to help you make a good decision for your future. But we have all these people that are programmed to make more people that are programmed instead of more independent people that can take care of themselves.
No, but
you know what I mean?
Forget the whole gender thing. That's gender studies thing. That's gonna throw them off. What someone talked about, and even Trump talked about it, in the sense that yes, they grew up. They were like they're now 30 years old, right? They're 30, 40 years old. They're still young. So they went to, and let's think about the 30, 40-year-old or whatever, how old they really are when they were born. They went to school, they got the degree, they aimed for that $100,000 job, which they got. And now they had that job at $100,000, a 6-figure job, but everything is 25% more expensive. They are freaking the fuck out now because they can't afford anything. And you have people actually saying that I went to school, I got a good job. I didn't go to for gender studies. I got a 6-figure job. And now everything is 25% more. And then they want more taxes. And I can't afford this now. And you have people who are 65 who now have to stop start working again. Also,
that's why you'll see more and more of them in jobs like I'm seeing more and more people that look like they should be retired. Like at a restaurant, bussing tables, or a greeter at Walmart, or cashier at Walmart, even stocking shelves. Or now you got the big business of people filling carts, the boxes and stuff, to have people drive up and put their groceries right in their car. So I'm seeing more and more elderly people doing that.
True. But here's the paradox per se. And this is controversial, theoretical. It's still good on YouTube. I'm not going to seem bad. So then you basically it's Nancy Pelosi came out and said, well, we want to live the American dream. We want to give everybody a house, which has caused the crisis in 2008. They want another bubble so that they can get these houses, get people in them. They lose their property. Then BlackRock comes in and takes the property. And then the taxes, the whole unrealized gains aspect, 25%, then they can't pay it. Well, we'll bail you out. We'll give it to an equity firm, which is BlackRock. So that's their play. Their play is then
they move all the people into their 15-minute city and make them work whatever jobs that they say, okay, you owe us this much
UBI
money.
and all that stuff.
Put you in here, and this is your job, and this and blah, blah, blah. And then basically they're owned by the government. They're slaves.
Exactly.
Okay? So, I don't see how, see how we're going to break this.
Get out and vote and take 10 people with you. No, I'm serious. But here's the thing. I did my research. What is the percentage of people what is the percentage of people that vote? Sorry, who can actually? Now I'm saying it all wrong. What is the percentage of people who can actually vote that vote? The voting population. What is that? What's the percentage about?
All I can go is by when I've worked the polls at different elections at different times. Sometimes it's in 2 years, things like that. At the last presidential one that I worked, I think we had 37%. That's it. That voted. That's pretty sad.
Well, it's more like 50, 55. Obama actually got less votes the second time around. Less people voted for him. So the participation rate.
What he was all about.
Yeah, I know. But the participation rate of the electing public is around 45 to 55%. It's very, it's not where it should be. It should be higher. People should have a vested interest. And a lot of the people, I think, and I really think the vast majority of them, I think almost 75% of people that don't vote, don't think their vote matters and are just black-pilled.
Yeah, so, and that's what I honestly believe why the turnout was worse. And that's what scares me. I tell people all the time, just because people say, oh, it's going to be a huge blue wave or it's going to be a big red wave. So some of the people say, oh, well, I'm not going to vote. They don't need my vote, or my vote doesn't matter because of the cheating or whatever the reason is. And then I try to explain, in my heart, I really do believe the reason Trump won is because so many people were inspired that we had somebody that we actually felt like we could trust them. Okay. And this is when he ran the first time, and we overwhelmed the system because I think the rig was in for Hillary, because remember, Hillary didn't go out stomping the pavement.
No, the rig wasn't in the rig was not in. They just thought he would lose.
That's what I'm saying. She thought she was going to win. So when Podesta walked out there and said, you didn't win, and she threw that fit, I mean, you could just see that if she could have, lasers would have came out of her eyes and she would have burned them to a cinder. I mean, honestly, that's how mad she was.
So then here's the thing.
So what I'm trying to say is that she thought she was supposed to win, and when she didn't win, she said heads are going to roll. I'm not going down alone. All these different things, So
Peter
the thing
Strzok,
is
Lisa
that
Page.
we won because we went out in record numbers trying to show that we still have something to offer, which is our vote. And if we can get the same people this time to come out and bring all the other people that have realized that they've been used by this administration that's running everything right now, and they show up and we all show up and we volunteer as many as we can, volunteer to stop as much cheating as we could possibly stop, it will bring renewed faith in the way things can be done in our country. I really do believe that. I really do think that when they see that their vote did make a difference in their states, in their local communities, and in the federal government, I really think it's going to rejuvenate a bunch of people, and they're going to be powered up to say, okay, we did this, now we can do this. You see what I mean? That's what I think. And that's why I pray for that every day. I pray that that will happen.
Trump has a way of galvanizing voters. That's the thing. With him running, he is pulling, and with what he says, he is pulling people out of their freaking couches to go vote without actually physically doing it.
Yeah.
And if I may, or a lot of people are saying, oh, Kamala Harris is leading the polls. Did you not pay attention to 2016? What happened in 2016? Fucking Hillary Clinton was running the polls like she owned them.
91%.
And guess what happened? Fucking Trump won by a landslide when it came to the Electoral College. Everybody's like, well, she won the popular vote. Good thing that elections aren't run on the popular vote, because that way, or if that was the case, anybody or California would be the deciding vote for our country. And that's not what our forefathers had in mind. But the whole point is, I don't give a fuck what the polls say. They could be saying that Kamala Harris is going to win by a landslide. It just shows how delusional people are. People did a video earlier today about this guy, this Nostradamus of electoral predictions.
Oh, yeah. He fucked up.
And that dude just completely fucked up. The dude,
every answer was wrong.
Every fucking point he made was absolutely countered and destroyed by Tim Pool and his panel. And it's like, or whenever they say, well, we're going to see what happens after September 10th. Here's the thing. Sure, we are going to see what happens after September 10th, because the wonderful thing is this dumb woman that is freaking running for president. I'm going to try to be kind here. I'm not going to say dumb bitch, because even though she is a dumb bitch, she's just way more. I could be a lot more denigrating, but I'm not going to. And it would be factual denigrating, by the way.
I'll do the Randy Marsh.
She's going to show up on September 10th, but she is already super pissed right now because she tried having the rules changed. And she's like, well, I want to have notes and I want to be able to sit. And it's like, no, fuck you. You wanted these rules. You're like, oh, Trump's a coward. He's not going to show up because he can't handle these rules. Then suddenly he's like, okay, I'll do them. No, we need to change. We need to change the rules. Nope, too bad. Fuck off. But no, they actually capitulated a tiny bit. They will allow notes to be taken during the debates, and it's like, fuck you. You capitulating little pieces of shit. And by the way, honestly, legally, Trump should not even attend that debate due to the fact that he's in litigation against ABC and George Stephanopoulos.
Well, do you think that's why they're doing that? Do you think that might be the possibility why they did that, is to get Trump to say, I'm not going to do that?
No.
He actually said the only thing I am going to request is that George Stephanopoulos is not a mediator, because I am currently in litigation against him. So yes, I will not, or you put him as a mediator, debate will not happen due to legal.
He's got to do it. He's got to do it. Regardless, he's got to.
Well, here's the thing: if she comes out of that debate as as a tie or whatever, she loses. She has to absolutely win that debate, and the media is going to sell it, folks. They are going to try to sell it like, oh, she was a champion. She was this. She was that.
You got to realize this too.
A single moment, folks.
All the other people.
But she can't do that because she's not strong at all. It's gonna be a big joke. It's gonna be this.
She wants the I'm speaking moment that she had with Mike Pence, and without the mics being hot the entire time, with the mics being muted, she can't get that moment. Therefore, no offense to Kamala, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. You lost this debate because you went into the debate to begin with.
What's your feeling? Because again, the general cultural and historical aspect is that when a man is speaking to a woman, if there is any negativity or confrontation debate, we tend to side with the woman regardless, because that's our nature. And you remember what happened to Rick Fazio.
You're going to have that
and
anyways, just because it's Trump.
That's not true. Not for me, anyway.
Well, yeah, not from you, but I'm talking about from the media.
In general aspect.
Media, sure. They're going to sympathize with the woman because the woman is more compassionate. The woman is this. The woman is that.
Oh my God.
I want to say one thing. Okay, this is the one thing that's will change a lot of people's point of view about Trump. If he says something and she starts crying.
Well, here's the thing. If she starts crying, she will be seen. That will turn on her. That won't work for her.
I hope it doesn't.
Crying,
but I'm telling you,
I
think that's what she's going to do.
She's going to try, and it's going to blow up in her face. Everything she has been trying recently has been blowing up in her face. Hiding from the fucking media. Doing a live interview.
If she's been hiding from the media, then why is her polls number so high? See, that's what I'm trying to say.
Because the media is manipulating polls.
Yeah, okay, but a lot of people who watch the news, every day, ritually, 3-5 times a day, right? They're going to believe whatever the media tells them.
Yes,
it doesn't matter. These people would even vote that Biden won the debate simply for the fact that he made it through the debate without falling asleep or falling over or whatever. If he fell off his dolly that they had him strapped to, then he might have lost.
Okay. So here's the question for you then. Here's the question for you. I knew already he was an idiot. When did the media turn on Biden?
Turn on him? They turned on him during that debate.
I think they were already ready to get rid of him way before that. That's why I kept saying he's not going to be on the ticket.
Okay. So then
they were just waiting for the right moment to get rid of him.
No, here's why I don't believe that though. Look at Joe Scarborough.
He's
not one week before, or just like a week or two before that fucking debate. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. Joe Biden is sharp as a tack. He is so great. The sun shines out of his ass. His freaking never mind, I'm not going to say that. But anyway, he said all of that shit. And then when they had that fucking debate, Joe Scarborough's like, shut the fuck up, you dumb shit. You're fired. I mean, that should have been the fucking head of MSNBC right then and there. They should have said, Joe, you're fired. You and your wife, get the fuck out of this building.
But here's the thing I want to know, because again, when she had that interview with Dana Bash, whatever the fuck your name is, when they had the interview, it was that whole edited aspect of it. And then CNN actually did hammer her back on a few items, but not a lot. It was a softball. It was a softball hit. Yeah, they still have the tape. They haven't released it yet. Do you think that? So we're on the 6th right now. If things go really south, do you think they'll release the whole tape?
No.
Yeah.
No. No. I'm saying if things go south, if she tanks the freaking
yes,
no.
I feel that the media will do anything they can to cover for this administration, period. To make Trump look bad.
So they won't release it. They won't release it.
Yeah, they won't. It'd just disappear. Somebody dropped it down the toilet or whatever their excuse, just like what happened to Epstein. Oh, the camera was miraculously turned off and he killed himself.
I won't say that.
And the guards were sleeping.
Oh,
you know, every single, and then look at the assassination attempt. One flub after the other, but it's nobody's fault. It's that person, that person, that person, that person, that person. See,
here's
always misdirection.
The one thing that I am like, holy fuck, they're in on it. No, Butler.
Yeah.
Who was there at Butler? And who showed it live? The one speech that they showed live, CNN.
Yeah.
They had
a special photographer there with high-speed film. You know,
yes,
just all these things. They started adding up. It's like all of this is not a coincidence.
I'm sorry, Grumpy,
right there. What?
Grumpy in the chat. The big one you said. I do not agree. They were trying to hide Joe Biden's health. They tried to hide it, and it couldn't. Or what they were trying to do was fight time. Time and human health does not give a fuck about what you feel.
So here's what's so scary.
I agree with Grumpy because I said it last year that he was not going to be on the ticket. I said
here's what's so scary. Here's what's so scary to me.
Or it's easy to predict that, though.
Here's what's so scary to me. When he pulled out, which we all know he would, I thought it'd be an open convention. But the fact that
that's what I thought.
But the fact they installed her and that the Democrats, but that's what's frightening. The frightening is that the entire Democratic Party and anyone who believes in the Democratic Party, it's a hive mind. They basically got their update, downloaded it, and then they switched.
Yeah, remember what I said earlier? I said that everything they say about us, is what they're already doing. And they say what
MAGA
about
us?
We're a cult.
We're a cult.
Okay.
They're trying to say
horrible cult.
They're literally running on communism right now, folks. And the Democratic Party is not the Democratic Party. They are the literal communist party.
Yes.
I mean, here's another thing for you. They actually said this, or fucking Kamala Harris actually said this. Joy through strength.
And again,
they
don't teach history. They don't teach history anymore.
Said that in the 40s. Do you know what political party said that in the 40s? I will give you the answer right now. The Nazi Party.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Kamala isn't hiding it. He wants to do all of this shit, fucking banning guns, the fucking assault weapons ban. She wants to fucking put up a border wall, which apparently she did like 50 fucking tweets that even CNN and MSNBC called her dumbass.
Yeah, but she's been vice president and the border czar. She's also a Maoist. She hasn't done shit.
She's also a Maoist.
Anyone who believes that she's going to do it now, if you put her in office, they're an idiot. I mean, that's my answer for
They are going to do it anyway because they want. They're not hiding anymore. They're not hiding anymore. Here's the thing. Here's what I honestly think will happen. If the worst fucking happens, and Kamala Harris wins.
Oh, I'm fucking leaving.
The second, or here's the thing. We've already had the Biden-Harris administration for 4 years. Yeah. He has done violation after violation of the Constitution, and not one fucking Republican did anything to fucking impeach his ass. Right. Everybody's like, well, you don't really need to impeach him. He's not going to be fucking president anymore. I don't.
He's too old. He's too old and senile.
Let me finish, please. I don't fucking care if he's old. I don't care if he's fucking senile. I don't care any of that. They have it on fucking historical record that Donald Trump is twice impeached. Then fucking return the favor to Joe Biden. Impeach his ass. Put it on the fucking historical record. And you know what? guess what? They have to put that in the fucking history books. They have to put that in the fucking kids' books that they love to sell and all that shit. Here's the thing, folks. Play the fucking game the same way they do, but play it better than they do. Don't play it dirty. Play it better by their own fucking rules. Because if you do that, instead of trying to take the high road all the fucking time, you piece of shit Republicans, including my own fucking Congresswoman, Elise Stefanik, you will have this fucking evidence to fucking impeach.
We don't have.
You should have already.
I mean, we don't have two parties. We have a uniparty. We have a handful of people that are still conservative.
Yeah.
Yes.
And almost all of them are the ones on this whole panel trying to show everybody that. Let's see. Let's see. What's his name? Cotton. You got there's just not very many. They're just very few. And we can almost put them all in two hands, and that's it. That's basically all we have that's trying to help Trump win. And that's why I say every week that it's us.
I've always felt it to be I've always felt it to be a 2-year job, you know?
You and I, all of us are going to have to fight to take back our states once we get Trump back in office, because we have to get our states to fight to get our rights back away from the federal government. That's what we have to do. And we can do that one state at a time. And there's some states are just not going to survive. But then we have to be ready to fight with the people in our state. So when California and New York and some of these other states start saying, we need help, we need to be bailed out because we're way over our head, we have to say, F you. We're not giving you one dime. My state passed a balanced budget amendment. Why should my state and the people in my state that work hard every day, just like other Americans do in other states, have to pay off the debt of some dumbasses in California because they wanted to put tampons in boys' bathrooms and stupid shit like that? Why should I have to pay for that? And I shouldn't. And our state should have the right to say, F you, we're not giving you one dime. Just like on your electric bill where it says, do you want to donate some money to help other people pay their electric bill? Okay. And you can choose $10, $5 and add it to your bill, and it will go to assist someone. But we should be able to do that. When they say, okay, what states would like to send a few $1 million each to help bail out, or $1 billion to bail out California? How many states do you actually think are going to raise their hand and say, okay, we will. We work hard, but we'll give all our money since you guys have been sending it all to Ukraine and all these other countries that hate us and want us dead. Nobody's going to want to do it. And that's what they deserve. Let them fail. And then maybe then the people will decide to take back their state. That's what I think.
Here's how I would handle California, if I may, or if I may.
Go ahead.
Recently, I don't know if you noticed this, but while you were on vacation, but Dr. Phil showed a map to Trump when it comes to China buying up properties all over the country around the properties of our U.S. military bases, strategic military bases.
I saw that.
Pendleton and all them and whatnot and this and that. And if Trump, say I was Trump and I was elected to office, I would tell every single governor, it'd be like, I am calling you all to Washington, D.C. or to address this problem with China that we have. It's mandatory. If you do not attend, I will take it that you are declaring allegiance to China. Also, I am letting you know, Governor Newsom, you are under federal indictment by the U.S. government. Hello to Riot Kitty. You are under federal indictment by the U.S. government for declaring allegiance to China, because you have put a Chinese national in your state government. You have, or that person is not a U.S. citizen. They have no business being in your government. You have declared allegiance to China, and therefore you are going to be federally charged with treason.
Yeah.
To the people of California, while these charges are pending, you are going to hold a special election. As for Kathy Hochul, because we are discussing,
get your jab.
Yep. As for Kathy Hochul, you are going to be investigated due to your stupidity and your
make it big.
Or you are going to be investigated due to your stupidity.
It got smaller. I thought it was weird.
Due to having a Chinese spy in your fucking government, state government.
Yeah.
So you're going to be investigated. You are going to be thoroughly vetted to see if you are clear of any sort of allegiances to China. Any other governor or government agency or government that is state government or federal official, be them senators or congresspersons that have any sort or that have had or has currently any contact with Chinese officials. What was his name? Senator, or he wanted to blow up the United States with a nuke or the population with a nuke. He Fang Fang girl. What was his name?
Since you brought that up about China, I'll go ahead and open up this whole thing, which is about a friend of mine here on X. He, you can see this, right?
Prosecuted.
Damn.
Said all these Chinese spies popping up connected to politicians, Feinstein, Stilwell, Hochul. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Como. Thinking back, wasn't Biden's bodyguard Chinese at the inauguration?
Yeah.
And didn't Georgia's governor have a Chinese on just about every committee of his?
Did you? Oh my God! I got to say, this is kind of breaking news. Not breaking news. It happened 5 hours ago, but I didn't saw it right now. Cenk Uygur basically told that the story I told about, supporting MAGA. Is very open to him now, and he doesn't understand why Democrats are doing what they're doing. As we know, what happened today, also no surprise, and it's kind of a backfire per se. I think is you had Dick Cheney is going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah.
And now Cenk Uygur basically said, here's what's not helpful. News that Dick Cheney's planning to vote for Kamala Harris. So even he knows that it's all fucked up. It's the neocons, it's the war party, it's the warmongers, the uniparty of that side, where, again, everything that we've talked about on the show, things that you're passionate about, the whole child trafficking thing, all that's going on here, what they're doing. And again, it's this government, it's the CIA doing it. It's all this shit. And it's insane what they're doing to America. My God, it's insidious.
Yeah, it's the hole's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're all going, "What the fuck? How did I miss this big of a hole?"
And again, I am ready to fight. I am done. I am basically, like I said, as soon as I get everything worked out here, and I'm still sick. Imagine how fucking stupid that is. That I am so sick still, not sick, but weak. I'm weak, but I'm still strong. Essentially, my condition is called myasthenia gravis. Everyone knows what it is. The best analogy, the Princess Bride. I had no strength, but I was strong, and I have to rest a long time. Then I can start walking again. Literally, that's how I feel. It's that same kind of pain happens, and then I can't move for a period of time, and then I have to regain my strength, and I'm back to normal again. That's how it feels. It's very, very weird, but I don't get colds or flus or anything like that. So the point is, I decided that that's it. I'm done. I am basically, like I said, selling everything else. As soon as my thing with the doctor and the government, get my disability payments done through, I'm done. I'm going to go and fight for America. I'm done. I told Haya the same thing. We got to do this now, because it's not. It's no longer about. It's no longer sitting on the sidelines. You have to get out and rally now in yourself. Yeah, September, October, November, you better vote, because it's not over, my folks. It's not over. Because again, Jamie Raskin has said January 5th, he said those MAGA people are going to have a rude awakening because we're not going to certify the vote. So this is not over yet.
Yeah. So what I think is going to happen, my opinion, is that after election, when there's a landslide of people that come forward and actually vote for Trump and down ballot, which I'm praying that we can start getting more seats where we need them to help get things accomplished in our states.
Right.
And if we can do that, there's going to be all hell's going to break loose, because you're going to see Antifa, Black Lives Matter, who knows what other groups. And then you're going to have people, false flags, where people are going to dress up like MAGA people, which is funny, because if you have a person that wants to commit a crime, basically, why would they put on a red Trump hat and a Trump shirt and stuff and go out and do it? You know what I mean?
Here's so
I don't
weird.
know. It's just
here's
ridiculous.
Here's what's so weird, or per se. Right now, you have Kamala Harris going along, giving these rallies, whatever, not doing interviews, and she had the DNC. But you got to remember what happened outside. You had Antifa and you had Palestinians out there yelling at her, at her. Now they're yelling at her. Now, what could Trump do to win those people over to vote for me? Because if she wins, the war is going to get worse.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So then and Trump doesn't want any more war. So what is the master stroke that he can do that these Antifa, BLM people lay down their arms and say, no, we're going to stop doing this? Because again, black unemployment during the Trump era was better. He did so much, and they don't see that. So what is going to happen with these agitators right now that are going? They're not going after Trump. They're going after Kamala. So what does Trump need to do to get these people to start voting for him? Again, you have Shanahan, you have Kennedy, you have Elon Musk, you have all these influencers.
And the reason why, what's sad is you're having more and more people with the walk away. Okay, you had the walk away movement. More and more people were stepping away and coming out publicly and saying, I can't vote for these people anymore. These people are so corrupt. They're everything they're pushing, I'm against. That is not what I want. I mean, I have tons of friends that are gay, lesbian and gay, okay, but they don't agree with the agenda of this transgender stuff and having kids taking poisons in their body and having surgeries that's permanent before they're even old enough to even know what they're doing. Okay, so they didn't agree. And then they felt that the left has stolen all the work they had done to be just accepted for being gay or lesbian and be able to live a life without having people riding their ass constantly or not be able to get a job or whatever else. They finally were getting to where nobody gave a shit, because guess what? Conservatives don't care. Almost every conservative that I know could care less what you guys do behind closed doors. Just don't come and tell me all about it. Just like you don't want me to come and tell you about all my romantic interludes. And I don't want to see it in the street. I don't want to see people's dingle dangle hanging out anymore during a parade than I do when I'm at a restaurant. You see what I mean? It's none of my business. That's what it should be.
How do we go from Baby It's Cold Outside being offensive to WAP being empowering? And then from there, from YMCA in Village People in the 70s and 80s of being very normal to just plain out sex acts in front of kids.
I don't know.
But again,
to me, it's nuts.
But again, if I'm kiss a woman in front of them, they think it's offensive. If I eat meat in front of them, they think it's offensive. If I use my car, then drive, it's offensive and racist. It makes no sense. It's like, I'm living my life, but it's still my body, my choice. And it's like, but you have to wear a mask.
But see, that's another thing. I could walk through the mall and I can see bunches of people walk by wearing masks. And, I might say to myself, I can't believe they're wearing a mask, because masks don't work. It says so right on the box. Okay. That's common sense. But if I walked into certain area where almost everyone was wearing a mask and I wasn't, they would attack me. See, that's the difference between a liberal and a conservative that I've been seeing, is the fact that liberals attack you for everything. You're too short, you're too tall, you're too heavy, you're too this. It's constant bombardment of hatred toward me because I'm a Nazi. I hate blacks. I hate Hispanics. I hate, they don't even know me. Just because, but they might see that I have a bumper sticker on my car, or I'm wearing a cross around my neck or something, they automatically judge me. When I can walk through a mall and I'm looking at all these people and I'm not looking at any of them because of this, that, and the other, unless, okay, here we go, they have their dick hanging out, or they're doing something to somebody or attacking somebody by saying, bombarding them with I hate you, you are Nazi, you're this, that, and the other, or something like that, or someone trying to steal someone's purse or whatever it is, then I'm going to react. But see, they don't understand it. And a lot of people that do the walk away, they say that I was shocked. They go, I was really shocked how nice everyone was. Because I wasn't expecting that, because I was told how much you hate me because I'm gay, or you hate me because I'm a midget, or you hate me because I'm overweight, or you hate me because I'm black. You see, it's sad.
Joseph Goebbels, again, the master of propaganda during the German. And because, again, here's what happened. A very short story. The fact that you had, after the war happened, you had some of the Germans were keeping some of the Jews inside their houses, kept them privately. And then afterward, what did they say? And it's kind of funny. Those Germans said, well, these are the good Jews. I know them. They're my friends. And that's the whole point. You have to make friends or find people that disagree with you, or just, it doesn't really matter what they agree politically or whatever. Just make friends with people. And that's what's happened. When you have a government agency back in there, that they had their radios that they sold only could tune into certain stations. They couldn't listen to other radio stations like in Poland or where else. So they only hear approved radio, and then approved papers, what the line was. So you were inundated. They had Hitler Youth that would listen. They would, again, Jew bad, Yodo, whatever they're saying. And again, they're doing this. And then no wonder the whole people think it. And then now they're doing it now with the whole, basically saying Russia thing. You're a Russian agent. You're this and that. They're going after Tulsi Gabbard. And they put her, a decorated war veteran per se, somebody, and very good congressman that did a lot of good work and is now helping MAGA and MH and making everybody, the Unity Party, work together. Is now on a terror watch list, and when her and her husband fly, they have to go through screening. This is insidious behavior, and again, this has to stop, because again, they're basically saying to anybody out there who has to work, I have to keep working. I can't speak up. I have to have a job. I have payments to make. I don't want to lose my job.
It's fear. They're afraid of losing everything that they have. Okay, see, if you think about it, it's common sense. You have a government, and they're thinking to themselves, we need more money. I need more money for me because I want to take 2 vacations this year, not 1. So they start thinking of ways to make more money. Well, one good way to do that is you start taking people out of the community and putting them in free housing, giving them free food, giving them free transportation to where they got to go, or to the doctor, right? Then you say, well, now we have to build more government housing for these other people, because we still have people that are living in the street, or whatever the reasons are for it. So then they get more and more people over time, gradually. So it seems very unnoticeable to people like us, because we got 2 jobs, or we got kids, we got this, that, and the other going on. And we're not noticing this small rise in 2 cents here, 2 cents there, 4 cents for our taxes going up. So over 10 years, now we have 6 government homes or apartment complexes. And a lot of these people are now working for the government because now they need more people working for the government to take care of all the paperwork from all the buildings they have. And the more food they're giving out, and the more medical, and the more dental, and the more whatever they're giving out for free, school, college, whatever, to all these people. So what happens when you have over half the United States of America all working or earning something from the government? They're getting food, housing, lodging, clothes, all the stuff they need to survive. And in the other part, they're all working for the government. So they all say, well, we can't make the government smaller. I'll lose my job, or I'll lose my home, or I'll lose my food. I'll lose my
Where they
my
think
benefits.
when I say get rid of the Department of Education, they think we want no more teachers. They have no idea that it was created in 77 at Carter, and it was a big fucking failure, as you can see now.
We're always going to have schools. It's just that the schools won't be run by the government. We'll give it back to the states. Let the states
federal, not a federal government, federal agency, but a state agency.
But you're still going to have teachers, because we still need people to go to school, learn how to read, to be able to have jobs.
Not really. You don't need school. That's the thing. Again, the school system that we've had since the 1910s around there is a really bad system. The Rockefeller system. It's terrible.
Well, even if you teach your kid at home, you still have to have books. You still have to have the programs to teach them, and then you got kids you're going to want to be a doctor or a surgeon.
That's
or
different.
Engineers and all this stuff. You got to have teachings. You got to have somebody that's smart enough to teach these people.
You too.
Remember the movie, the Book of Eli? Did you ever see it?
No. I heard about it, but I know.
Okay, really good.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Okay, but it's a very good movie, and it's all about the search for books. They're trying to replenish the libraries and start fixing the people again, trying to build up communities and jobs, and rebuilding the cities and all the different things after the wars. And it's just really good to watch the way that everything works throughout the whole movie.
Book of Eli was with Denzel Washington, yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The spoiler, he was blind. Yeah, I know that. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. But again, that's the aftermath. That's the rebuilding phase. Because again, as Trump says,
and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have to be rebuilding all the damage,
or we're going to be screwed up.
We're going to have to rebuild in order to fix the mistakes that's been made over this last almost 4 years.
And one of those mistakes is taking care of Antifa, because one thing he should do when he gets into office is immediately declare Antifa a terrorist organization.
No, can't do that.
Yes, because they have already proven to be violent and destructive to cities.
That's a legal process. It's not a terrorist process.
Well, you got to remember too, Trump is real big about the states having control over their state.
Exactly.
So if you have a bunch of rioters in Washington state, okay, let's say Washington's got a bunch of looters and rioters, and they're tearing up a few of the towns in there. That's up to the governor of that state to say they want to have, when
you put them on a federal terror
guard. Yeah.
When you put them on a federal terrorist watch list or a federal
unless
terrorist
the president announces that we're under martial law or something. See, then it will change a little bit about how things are going. But Trump has never done that. Just like he said about the jab, it should be individuals that be able to make the decision, or the governors. You have to let the governors of the states make the decisions for the people of those states. Okay. That's what he's going to do this time. So the thing is, that's why I'm always saying you have to fight for your state. You got to start locally and work your way up to the higher government in your own state to take it away from the federal government. That's how we're going to win. And it's one state at a time.
Right.
That's it. Honestly, we have to do it. It's up to us now.
Yes, exactly.
By making Antifa a federal terrorist organization, meaning that they are designated by the federal government as a terrorist organization. One, they have already, or their acts they committed fall under the very definition of terrorism. They have committed violence for intimidation or for political intimidation.
Protesting doesn't do that.
No, but
I'm
the
not talking
terrorists
about
threatening.
these people are burning fucking cities.
That's
Hamas
protesting
and stuff
peacefully.
that have
No,
been
that
saying.
is not protesting. That is terrorism.
That's again. I'm giving their. That's their argument.
Okay, you're being facetious. Then fine.
Well, the thing is that we have to realize.
But you can't do it. But regardless, you cannot put. They think doing that is just as bad as them. You cannot.
Well, see, that's why it has to be
because
done
one
by the state,
is against
by
the law,
the governors
other
of
is
the
enforcing
state.
the law.
Because
the state can do that. Not
if
federal.
it was set up to my
The federal
governor,
government can issue a terrorist.
my governor would
terrorist
handle it way different
However,
than
the
Orange Hat's
states,
governor. See what I mean?
the states, however, if the states basically, and this is a thing where the federal government can actually, or most likely, I'd actually have to look it up a little bit, can actually override the states. After they are designated as a terrorist organization by the federal government, if the federal government then goes to the state and says, look, we are going to ask you to join us in ridding this country of these domestic terrorists. These people who have burned cities, not the people who have protested peacefully, but the people who have done actual damage, who have caused harm, who have burned cities. If you will, or if you do not stand with us, you are thereby or aiding and abetting terrorism.
Okay.
So I am asking you right now to join us and by helping round these people up.
Okay.
You will arrest them. You will charge them with terrorism. We will then take, or after you, or after you charge them with
they're going to take. They're going to go after the militias and stuff.
Well, see, that's what the president could say. He says that he's going to put a team together, okay, about how to stop this domestic terrorism, and then his team would get, and he would say that he would want all the governors to make sure that they are in contact with this team so they can work on what they need to do in each of these different states and what to do about the problems that they're having with domestic terrorism.
Yeah, but you have to address the situations, not the organizations.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't say anything with organizations.
I know you didn't. Orange Hat did.
I know, but that's his opinion, and if he thinks that that's what it should, and I like the fact that our chat is getting to hear all of our different opinions.
But
then make their own conclusion.
I know. What I'm saying here is what you have to do is when they do it, like let's say the one thing they do when they actively organized their busing to get 100,000 people to Chicago. That's the organization you go after. What are you doing? Those are the organizations you want to figure out. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? When who is putting the bricks in Chicago? Who put the bricks there?
And
who did
with
that?
A task force
exactly
that the president sets up, and they get with each of the different governors in the different states, then they can figure out, okay, now I'm going to give you whatever you need to find out who paid for this, who did that, who bussed in those people, who did this, blah, blah, blah. You see what I mean? Now that governor feels confident that when he asks for something or she asks for something from the federal government for assistance from the Secret Service, the CIA, the FBI, whoever they need, that they're going to get it. Okay. And then you have all the sheriff's departments in all the different states being able to use those resources to help capture the people that they feel are the ones that were responsible. And all of that will work hand in hand. And it won't all say, well, this president is a tyrant because look what he did. See what I mean? You put it in you put it back on the states, because then it's that state didn't handle that very well. Just like, look at all the chaos we had going on after COVID. We had some people saying, look how good this state did. Nobody was forced to wear masks. Nobody had to quit their jobs. People could still go to work. The grocery store stayed open. Some states did a really good job because they had a good governor and a good group of people in that state that made sure that these are the way we're going to do it. And it didn't destroy their state's economy and all that stuff. Then you have other states that just closed everything down. And the only place you could go was either to the strip bar or to buy alcohol, basically. But you couldn't go to church. You know, it was just
that was just so. I couldn't believe that.
I know, but it's true. It did happen. It just, what I'm saying is, but then all the focus goes on those people. Because all the people in this state are looking over at that state going, what the hell are they doing?
I know. I remember Vegas, going to Vegas during and then the people that you had to wear a mask inside there, but you could take it off to smoke.
Yeah, I know. Or you could go pick up a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? You could do anything and you didn't have to worry about wearing a mask. I mean, it was just dumb, okay? Yeah, and it was all for optics. And every time I saw a person wearing a mask, I'm a person that wears a mask when I mow. I have to, do a lot of stuff because I'm allergic to dust mites and things like that. But it says right on the box that it doesn't stop viruses, microbes and things like that. Okay, it says it on the box. So a person that's got 5 masks on and stuff, I go, what about your eyes? I don't know. It just was sad to me. It just seemed like so many people were so afraid they were going to die. And I said, wash your hands, cough into your sleeve or whatever. All the things grandma used to tell you when you were a kid, those are the things you need to be doing. Because if you go in the bathroom and you're using a public bathroom, why wouldn't you want to wash your hands before you leave? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. But the thing is, it saves lives when you just wash your hands and use common sense. I mean, honestly, I think it does. But, okay, well, we went through all this stuff about the Chinese. Now I want to go to this other article before we go to Orange Hats.
We're coming, and just so Joe knows, we're covering all the shit in the shit show that we're living in. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're going over a bunch of shit
but we're not going to go anywhere. We can't go on YouTube.
I'm trying to be very careful about some of this stuff. So, but this is a very interesting. I've been watching this whole thing with Dan Bongino, and it's got Matt Gaetz, and it had Corey Mills and a few others, and they've been discussing doing it live so people can hear what they're saying and listen to what proof and evidence they have that they've been bringing up. So basically, I wanted to play this video right here of Dan Bongino and listen to what he has to say. It's a 3 minutes and 53 seconds. But if you want me to stop it, just say, hey, pause it for a second if you just something comes up that you want to hear, because I haven't heard this whole thing yet. Here we go.
Now this story emerges in Politico. Not a friend of ours, by the way. Assassination attempt fallout. New text message. They're not new. I told you about them 2 freaking weeks ago. New text messages show that security officers at the rally identified and talked about Thomas Crooks, the assassin, more than an hour and a half before he shot the president. That's earlier than was previously known to be fingered by law enforcement. No, it isn't. Go back and listen to my show from 2 weeks ago, Politico. Noticing Crooks outside the venue, one counter sniper relayed his observation, and the other security officers texted about the kid with the rangefinder. Folks, this story gets more and more troubling by the day. And I have to tell you, I'm an evidence-focused guy, and it will stay that way always. I'm guided by evidence. But I've got to tell you, man, this sounds more and more sinister by the day. And I am open to any explanation as long as I can back it up. Don't think I precluded anything. I just don't jump to conclusions without evidence. I don't Juicy Smollett anything. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, there's something sinister going on here. This doesn't make any sense. Here are the actual texts. Look at the time. This is the last one first. 5:30. Remember, he's walked out on the stage a little bit after 6 o'clock. This is probably a spell check thing, an autocorrect. They have pictures of the actual kid. And look at the text from the local snipers, not the Secret Service ones. Kid learning around the beach, probably trying to say lurking. Kid lurking around the building we're in, the AGR building, I believe it is. I did see him with a rangefinder looking towards the stage. Keep this up. What the hell else do you need to hear? How did the Secret Service not know this? And look, the local guys, thank you to the local guys. Read the next line. This is their text, the local guys. Remember, by local, I mean not Secret Service law enforcement. Mm-hmm. If you want to notify Secret Service snipers to look out, I lost sight of him. Also, a bike with a backpack sitting next to it in the rear of the building that was not seen earlier. Call into the command post and have a uniform check it out. What the hell else could you possibly want to hear? The local guys are telling you there's a suspicious dude with a rangefinder and a backpack surreptitiously hiding himself. Reach out to the command post. Secret Service guys and see what else could you possibly want to hear? It gets worse. They started texting about this kid at 4:26. Trump doesn't walk out on the stage till after 6. Look at this one. Someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars, just so you know. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in the car, so he knows you guys are up there. He's sitting in the direct right in a picnic table about 50 yards from the exit. Mm-hmm. Guy responds back, roger that. To my Secret Service friends who worked their asses off their entire life and never let a security failure happen on their watch like that and who have been blowing the whistle to me, thank you. I'm forever grateful and I've worked with guys like you. To the ones out there, again, still defending this abomination, and you know who you are, putting up posts about how this is, oh, I would have made the same decision. Just stop. Just absolutely stop. You are on the wrong side of history, and you are providing cover for some really, really bad people.
Okay. I believe every single thing he said.
In your headphones?
Yeah, I do. I heard
kept hearing beeps. I don't know what that was from.
Like
it must have been on.
It was the FBI.
It was probably on his recording or something. On that,
but he has the FBI watching him.
Someone posted it, so unless you hear it now that it's off,
former Secret Service.
That's off. Yeah, see, if we hear it again, then we're gonna know one of us is being followed or something. I don't know, but the thing is that this is a guy that's what his job was. He guarded Bush and Obama and other dignitaries. That was his job. And he testified to a bunch of these people when he was being interviewed about how lapse everything has gotten year after year. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. And then he has many people coming to him going, oh my God, you won't believe what's going on. So it's, if you guys want to know anything about what's going on about the assassination attempt, it's been, over a month and a half, almost 2 months since it happened. And the public doesn't really we don't know anything. We still don't know what's going on. The lady stepped down, the one that was supposed to be in charge. And who knows, she's got some cushy job. She hasn't lost nothing. I would be looking at her bank account and see whether or not she took a big paycheck from somebody to let this all happen so that they could get rid of Trump. Yeah, go ahead.
That's why I think that it's important for Trump to actually go through with what he said and create the assassination commission.
Mm-hmm. I hope he does. I think
investigation or assassination investigation commissions.
Mm-hmm. And I guarantee he's going to ask some of the people that are in it right now.
He's got J or RFK Jr. He wants him to lead it. And here's the wonderful thing. If RFK Jr. is going to head that commission and also be a part of the Health Human Services one,
Mm-hmm.
he will, or RFK Jr. will finally get unfettered and unredacted access to the one file that he has always wanted to get his hands on. Because the JFK assassination, as it stands right now, folks, and this is coming from old information, like as long or as old as
yes,
the Red movie has been on DVD old. So the RED, Retired Extremely Dangerous movie, because they did an audio commentary with a person who worked for the CIA, and he actually explained a little bit of stuff from when he worked at the CIA. And one of the things he said was, well, most people who join the CIA, the one thing they want to do is go check out the Kennedy file. And you put in all your requests and whatnot, and then they basically tell you, you got to be one of 5 people to get your hands on that file unredacted. And you're not one of those 5. You got to be like president and 5 other people, like head of the CIA, I'm guessing would be another one.
Which was Bush, was both, wasn't he?
Yeah. But the point of the fact of the matter is, folks,
right in front of our eyes.
There is a reason why the Kennedy file is not ever going to be completely, fully unclassified. Now, if Trump, or I guarantee you, if Trump tries to declassify the entire Kennedy file, he will be assassinated.
Well, I've already tried.
Got to get the Epstein list out.
Because here's why. There's most likely you have all the conspiracy theories. CIA, fucking Lee Harvey Oswald, whoever the fuck killed Kennedy.
Mossad and CIA.
However, the truth behind his assassination is so poignant that it will destabilize our country.
Bring it on, baby.
That the truth would most likely destabilize our country.
See this? I want this thing to be broken open.
No,
yeah, but the thing is, they have to do it.
The thing is,
you have to do it in increments.
You have to. What you got to do is you have to also think about the consequences. The consequences being, what the fuck will happen to our country's infrastructure if you do that? Not only that, I don't want it declassified. Because if it is poignant enough to where it will totally destabilize our country is fucked.
No.
Right now we have China and Russia both in full nuclear prep. Do you not think that they will fucking launch, or they might even invade if they see us in any sort of unstable status?
But look at us right now. We are unstable.
Wait.
We got Commander in Sleep and Chitter Chatter Hyena as a vice president.
If the government were to go after Antifa, or the government to go after white nationalists, or go after and in full bore press, like you were suggesting, that's worse. That's worse than everything being declassified. If it's declassified, then it's simple as arrest them all. It's over. Gitmo. You have Gitmo. Send them there. They're done. Period. And then we just clean it up. And then again, it's basically everything goes to the governors. Because again, it
needs to be reopened. In
my
opinion.
Well, what?
Gitmo needs to be reopened, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But the whole point
Hardwick Bentho said supposedly Trump was asked why he didn't declassify the JFK files, and he said something along the lines of, if you saw what I saw, you wouldn't declassify it either. So that actually lends credence to what I was saying.
No.
Yeah, and what I want to say, I want to put my 2 cents in real quick, is that Trump has already been president once, and I think under the situation he was in, I thought he did a really good job, considering from day one they wanted him out. Even
Obama spied on him before when he announced.
I know. So what I'm saying is that I trust him enough to let him do what he thinks he needs to do. Okay.
True.
I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna do the best I can to help my state support Trump to the best of our ability. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna let Trump do what he needs to do. Look what he's doing right now. He's got Elon, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard already set up to help him do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
So I trust him. And so we have to put our trust in him, try to get him, make sure he gets there by working the polls, making sure we get everybody there to vote, right? Once he gets there, then we have to go back home and fight in our towns and in our state, just like I said, and back Trump and anyone else that's down ballot that wins. We got to push those people to do the jobs that they said they were going to do and let Trump get all the stuff out, close the border, stop sending money to all these countries, try to keep us out of war.
All 50 million illegals.
Yeah, deport people, do all these things to stabilize our country again. Then the other stuff, opening files and all the whatever else that he feels needs to be done, I'm sure he'll do it because I trust him. I trust him right now more than I do anybody at all in this administration.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's what we have to do as patriots that love this country and want freedom. We have to work together and help our states take back our rights.
Yeah, I want the Convention of States. I want to get us back to the 10th Amendment, which is basically throwing everything to the states. We did it already with Roe versus Wade. Everything go back to the states.
See?
Every amendment.
Look what Trump did. The little bit that Trump was able to accomplish without hardly any help at all from anybody else, that could have helped. Just imagine if all the Republicans backed Trump when he first got in, what the hell we could have gotten done. They didn't.
True.
They fought him
because again they don't
because
again it's the uniparty. It's the swamp.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's up to you and me, us, the people are the ones that are going to help Trump, and that's what he keeps saying. They're not after me. They're after you.
This is why I really want to know. I'm still trying to figure it out. And I told Haya the same thing. Where do we go to start a family? She wants Pennsylvania because she likes Philadelphia, and I hate Philadelphia because it's a city. But I told her not Philadelphia. It has to be outside, like Amish country. Get away from these idiots. Or west. But again, I want to know where to go because I want to basically be self-sustaining like you are. Chickens, goats, vegetables, bees, and then trees, fruiting plants. I've been reading the history of the presidents, and who was it? I think it was it Jefferson or Adams or one of the Monroe. He actually had a vegetable garden, and he would the food that he liked was his own food, and he grew it himself, and that goes to the whole Maha making America healthy again. Kennedy, get the processed food out. If we taught people home ec again, how to cook, how to prepare their own food, how to garden, how to do this, they could be self-sustaining. When you have time, not just a few months ago or a year ago, whatever that was, ultra processed foods are bad, and then recently saying maybe you should consider eating them because again they want. And what is it? I don't eat ramen, but ramen is 100% fake. Everything. The noodles,
it's 100% salt.
Yeah, but didn't you hear when Bruce was telling us about that? Because that's what he does. He cleans septic systems.
Oh yeah.
Right? And he told us about it. He went to one of those companies that make ramen noodles, and he said, I was suspicious right off the bat because I didn't see one cockroach. Okay, remember that? And he said, so if cockroaches won't eat it, we shouldn't be eating it either.
Exactly.
Well, when you have that much salt in those things,
but it's not even the salt. It's not even salt. It's all the chemicals. You look at all the lists. It is insanity.
We have to, just like I always tried to do, I always try to eat healthy. I like candy. I like a lot of things I probably shouldn't eat, but I try to take care of myself. I try to eat right. I try to exercise. I drink lots of water. I don't drink soda pop. I don't smoke. I do drink alcohol. I'm telling you right now, on both my flights, I drank like 6 mimosas. So I was drinking, and because I wanted to not think about being queasy from flying, and that's what happens to me. And I didn't throw up or anything. I did pretty good. And then I slept good when I got home and when I got there. So, everybody has to do what you have to do to survive through the days or whatever. But the thing is, it's on us. It's up to us to take care of ourselves, just like Ruben's doing with himself.
Grumpy, DM me, Grumpy, regarding that. I want to know more about that city. Sorry.
Oh, what is it? I'll share it. What is it? Which one are you talking about?
Horrifying news has just crossed my timeline.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Mariah Carey defrosting process has begun.
What does that mean?
She's getting black again?
Defrosting, meaning starting soon, you're going to be hearing that one very annoying song that she sings in the holiday season.
What's wrong with that? I like that song. All I Want for Christmas Is You.
You sing that song, boy, I will haunt your
that's
dreams
right.
until you go insane.
It's about to be October.
Come on. I love that song.
Well,
I have personally hired,
I want to get that outfit. Not for
I am joking when I say this. I just want you all to know. I have personally hired a bounty hunter to frickin' find her cryostasis and sabotage it for at least so she stays in cryostasis for 1 more year.
What? Okay, I get you.
But on chat, you want to pull up your stuff you want to talk about? You ready for that?
I have no.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. If you don't have anything you don't want to pull up, but go ahead and bring up your topic.
It's no article. It's just the fact that it's absolutely hilarious that this, if you can all look it up. Seriously, just look up Family Walls photo, WALZ, and you will see a family photo of Tim Walls' family minus Tim Walls, and all of them are wearing shirts, Walls for Trump, because Tim Walls is so fucking extreme, so unconstitutionally communist, that this fucker has completely been estranged from his brother and the rest of their family, to the point where their family is endorsing Donald Trump. Now, Tim Walls' brother, somebody asked, is like, you should stand up for Trump or whatever. And he's like, me and my brother are ideologically opposed. We have been for 8 years, or we haven't talked for 8 years, and yada, yada. And, well, it blew up. So even where the cackling hens on The View, who took the month of August off for a vacation to hell, and then they came back extra fat and slobby, and now they're all bitching about Jeff Wells, and they're saying, oh, he should just shut the fuck up, and he should just shut up and keep it to himself. And yet they have Frank Trump, some douchebag of the Trump family, coming onto their fucking show because, well, they are hypocrites. And this dude is talking about how Donald Trump said the N-word twice when one of his cars got damaged somehow. And I'm thinking to myself, you fucking heifers need to go back to hell and maybe, I don't know, get a tan. Fucking trim some of that fat off while you're down there. Maybe run around the 7 circles. Get some exercise. And also while you're down there, you might want to educate yourselves on the definition of hypocrisy. Because you pieces of shit are back onto your fucking show, and the first things you do are you bring on Frank Trump so he can talk shit about his family member. But then you hear about Jeff Walls and how he is not with his family. or he's not standing by his brother. And you then see that, well, okay, the rest of the family isn't there. And then you start complaining because, well, you guys just need to shut up and deal with it or keep it to yourselves. No, fuck you. That's not how this works. If you're going to allow this nobody Trump guy to come onto your fucking show and bitch about Trump and lie about Trump, I'm willing to bet that Donald Trump is going to freaking sue the fuck out of Frank Trump, by the way, for defamation. And then also sue The View, and I hope he does, for defamation. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And then you guys are going to complain about Jeff Walls doing the same thing that Frank Trump did. Honestly, your show needs to be fucking canceled because Barbara Walters is fucking ashamed of you, and she's rolling in her grave saying, I wish this show died with me. I'm pretty sure that's Barbara Walters in her grave. But yeah,
I'm trying to see if I could find that for you, but I don't see it.
Or go to search, explore.
Oh, I was looking on my timeline because I thought I posted it.
Well, go to your book or go to the search thing and just say Walls family photo.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you will find it. Go to the search thing up there and just type in Walls, W-A-L-Z, family photo. And he is not a fan of, he's not a fan of Barry. I don't know who the fuck Barry is. Or I'm guessing you mean Obama. But libel, defamation. Libel's written. Slander spoken. I mean, folks, it is very important that people actually.
Okay, I found it.
And there's a movie, and it's an absolutely boss movie with a boss moment from J.K. Simmons.
Here we go.
It's called Spider-Man. Hold on one second. It's called Spider-Man. You guys should watch it. He's like, Spider-Man was not trying to destroy the city. He was trying to save it. That's slander. That is not. I resent that. Slander spoken in Printon's libel. It's like, you fucker. But yes, this is it. I mean, the fucking Walls family is supporting Trump.
The whole family.
And there's been a statement, folks. There's been a statement, or that a lot of people are saying this. If an entire family is warning you against their family member, you should probably listen. Well, then the same thing, and then people are like, well, what about JFK? Because people are saying, well, if a legacy Kennedy is standing against the Saint or the Democratic Party, you should probably listen. And it's like,
I wanted to read this right here. Can you guys read that?
I mean, I can zoom in right here.
It says, every family has an idiot in it. And unfortunately, for the state of Minnesota and our nation, their idiot is a problem for all of us. I'm glad to see these patriots standing up to the deranged liar in their wonderful family.
Somebody's trying to say that, oh my God, somebody's trying to keep this photo up because I want to actually look at these things here.
Mm-hmm.
People are trying to say that the photos are fake because of somehow fingers are, there's 4 fingers on one person. Hand gestures are weird and whatnot. Now, here's the thing. You guys don't understand something called, well, let's see here if I can actually, let me, come on, there we go. So when you have a hand like this, here's my, all right, let's try it like this. You guys can see my pinky, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, can you see my pinky?
No.
Exactly. So do I have 4 fingers or do I have 5 fingers?
Yeah, it just depends on the angle of the camera and the way they're holding their hands or whatever. But it doesn't matter. You're going to have naysayers and everything. That's why that's the only bad thing that I can see about AI and talking about AI is that people are going to say everything's AI now. You know, like in next year when somebody watches this video, they're going to say none of us are real. that we're all fake. They faked our voices or whatever, So
I mean, that's the thing.
I don't know.
They're all trying to come up with all of this is the problem with a lot of left-wing liberals and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying all liberals. I'm saying like people who are so deranged by the government, who are so enslaved to government hive mind and whatnot. You are unable to comprehend a difference of opinion to the point where you will violently lash out against people with those differences. Now, folks, I am not as forgiving as a lot of people. I mean, yes, I am religious. I pray and stuff, but God's forgiving. I'm not. I'm imperfect. And while I do support the Constitution of our United States, I do feel that there is a time in which the Constitution may need to be suspended under a very emergency, a situation like that. To the point where if you were so violent in your extremism that you can, or that you will react violently to any sort of opposition or oppositional thought, and you do so, your actions will lead to your own demise. Because, folks, these are the people that are ruining the country, that are actually creating things like the Communist Party of America that were at the DNC, mind you, that kicked out Vivek Ramaswamy because he wanted to simply have a discussion. We're America. We allow these people to actually have a voice. Me, I understand that they are allowed to have a voice. I may not like that they use that voice to spread actual vile bigotry and hatred. And the fact that if any one of them even knew where Palestine was on a map, they would, and then did a little education, they would probably be like, oh, fuck, well, okay, maybe I don't support Palestine. Most of these people are brain dead idiots. Now, Tim Pool, as much as I think that he is, or as much as I think that he has some good points here and there, I think that he is not a constitutionalist. He's a libertarian, as he is very much admitted to. But this dude actually wants to violate the Constitution in so many different ways, where he is saying, I believe that we need to make it harder for people to vote. I believe that, or he is also an admitted non-free speech absolutist, meaning that people should not be able to say what they want. Me, I do believe that people should be able to say what they want. I may not like it, and there may be times where I may think, honestly, a bullet could solve this problem. Now, I'm not condoning violence, folks, by any means. I have had those thoughts, sure, but then right after those thoughts, it's like, but that's murder, and I don't do well in enclosed spaces. So common sense does eventually take over. Very quickly, eventually, not eventually as I'm down the road. But the point of the matter is free speech should be allowed, but there should be the consequences that go along with free speech. When our forefathers created the Constitution, when they created things like free speech, the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, people have every right to bear arms. Now, with the school shooting that we have, or have we discussed it earlier today? Earlier?
Just before you say anything else, somebody sent me a DM and asked me to read it. And he says he disagrees. He says, we're at the point of sacrifice or the world falls. The Constitution can never be suspended. So I just wanted you to.
The Constitution can be suspended under an Emergency Powers Act. I am not saying that it should be done. However, Trump was right when he said it can be done.
Yeah, anything can be done. Just like I say week after week.
Lincoln did it.
When people would say stuff like, well, they can't do that because it's against the Constitution. They can't do that because it's against the Constitution. And I say it every week.
Ask Razorfist when he thinks of
is only a piece of paper if you don't have anyone to back it up. Okay. So if somebody goes against the Constitution, but we don't have any courts or anyone that stands up to fight for it, it's just a piece of paper. Okay, so it's us, just like I said, it goes back to us standing up for the Constitution and forcing the people we put into office to defend it. See what I mean? It always goes back to the people, and that's what the Constitution is. It's made for us to use to keep our rights and to fight our own government. Okay. When just like there was a post I posted, I think it was yesterday or a day before about why we need guns. We don't need automatic weapons. You know,
yes, we do.
We need them to protect ourselves. It's not for hunting. Therefore, protecting ourselves from our own government. Basically, that's what the right to bear arms is to protect us.
We need guns. We need cannons. We need miniguns. We need
our
all
government
of that.
if they ever try to stop us from being able to be free. Yeah. So
I do believe that we should also have access to nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
That is what's known as a Second Amendment.
I don't see that ever happening because I'm telling you right now, there's a few people I've met at just different places, restaurants and stuff that I am so thankful that they are not able to get their hands on nuclear power.
Well, here's the thing. I would want to have those discussions at the restaurants because I want to hear what some people, I want to see if anybody would get triggered, because if they actually get triggered, it's like, now I want to see.
Oh, here you go.
What happens?
Ruben. It's a message for you.
Ruben, you on Twitter? Of course he is.
At Ruben
let me share. I'm going to share his. I'll share his Twitter handle for everybody in the
subject. Actually, don't agree with Razorfist on. Yeah. I do agree with him on a lot, though. Perhaps most things. Second Amendment is needed, and it says you can own nukes. Say you can own nukes, but it does say you have a right to keep and bear arms.
But so when it came with nuclear power or nuclear weapons, nuclear power, for me, what Trump has to do right away on day one is basically have every single base that is powered by the Navy have a nuclear plant. They have nuclear warships. Get nuclear plants built on these bases immediately, and then start powering them. And then your crisis is solved.
We have nuclear power plants right now in California that are not up and running, making power for the state because they hate nuclear power. So even though they constantly say that they want everyone to be in electric cars,
but it's a state thing
and clean energy, but they hate nuclear power.
Enterprise zones all over. And again, Texas will grow, Florida will grow, Arkansas will grow. All the red states will grow if they follow Trump's plan. And if Illinois, New York, Washington, and Oregon and New York don't want to do it, then fuck them. They're done. Mm-hmm. And don't bail them out.
There you go.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen because what's going to happen?
People in the states that don't go or that don't support the government or the state government?
You change your government. Change your government. Go to your local.
Easier said than done when a city decides your elections.
Yeah, but the thing is that you have to leave New York. Just get out of New York. You don't have to stay.
Yeah,
there.
Sure. And how exactly is everybody who are unable to actually get out of there because they can't afford it?
But you voted.
Who's going to freaking allow them, or who's going to freaking?
But again. It's New York,
them save up to leave.
New York City during Giuliani, he turned it around a little bit, but again, the bloat of turned
it around a little bit. Fucking wiped out the mob.
Yeah, but he turned it around a little bit because I say a little bit because again, you had the Bloomberg come in and fuck everything up, and then but they allowed it as again. You have to care. It has to be. You have to push to into the sense that if New York is right now is about to explode in some instances, because they have all these National Guard there right now. Don't you see that in New York City? The National Guard is being held in.
Fuck about
So
the area,
something's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
Someone sent me another DM, so I just copied and pasted it just so we could read it. But we pretty much talked about all the things that we said we wanted to discuss, and it's after 11, and we've been going for just about 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
And so is there anything you guys want to talk about? What's going on with your channels?
Yes, we'll discuss the other thing that I mentioned before. We'll discuss that on X and Rumble later, I guess, on a different time. But on my channel, I have the theme streams on Tuesday. I'm gonna destroy your phone if you keep that up, boy. I have theme streams on Tuesday. They are Kaiju. It's for the month of September. Kaiju September. Wednesdays for me and Mara for the 1s and 2s. On the later half of the month are X1 and 2, the X-Men movies, from Singer, that pervert. And then we have Logan and Wolverine coming up. These are plastic, folks. These are not real. These are not metal. See?
Oh no.
Not metal these can't do any harm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got Logan and the Wolverine to be discussed on Thursdays exclusively on X at 8:30 p.m. Fridays, well, obviously we're doing the shit show and Uncensored on my channel. Sundays are the weekly recaps. We're going to be talking, or me, Kate, and Ambassadorial Wing are going to be talking about the cancel culture campaign that happened by the Star Wars community to try to cancel some, or like Geeks and Gamers, Kennel, and Nerdrotic and them, and whatnot, and how it spectacularly failed. We will also be discussing the last 4 episodes of Terminator Zero, which, God damn, it was interesting, and among other things as well. Tomorrow I will be watching Beetlejuice, and so I will be mostly off because I also got to watch Beetlejuice, just Beetlejuice, the first one, with that jackass Baldwin and beautiful Gina Davis, and a lot younger Winona Ryder. So yeah, so I will not be doing a review on it, but I'm going to see it, so I might talk about it. Who knows? Mondays are Monday night rants. So if you have something you want to rant about, you can come on to my channel at 9 p.m. It's an open invite. If you have something you want to rant about, not just talk about, but rant about, something that pisses you off, the link is always in the live chat. So yeah, also I'm trying to reach 2025 by 2025 is what I call it. 2025 subs by the year 2025. So if that happens, I will do something special for the channel. If not, well, I will not do something special for the channel.
Well, I just want to comment real quick on what Hardwiki just said in the chat.
Recently tested. Yeah, I saw that video.
The thing is, Hugh Jackman looks damn good doing it anyways. That's what I was going to say.
In Deadpool Wolverine, when you do the like a prayer moment with those claws, nobody fucking cares whether or not those claws are practical. They just wanted to, or they were like Deadpool. They're like, yeah, nice. But yeah.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, his metal claws are made of covered with adamantium, so which can cut anything. So it doesn't matter whether they're a little weaker because there's only 3 blades and they separate or whatever. It's the fact that what it's made of can cut through anything.
Right. Exactly. So. But anyway, that's all that I got. Best way to support my channel is to like my videos, share my videos, watch my videos, and subscribe to my channel. I ain't doing it for the money. I'm doing it to help inform and entertain.
Well, I'm not monetized, so I'm not worried about it for myself. I do it because I want to inform people. You know, I go to spaces almost every day and talk in there, and I don't get money for that. I just do it because I'm passionate about my country, and I don't want to see her fall. I'm an Air Force brat, and I want to see us free and be able to own what we want, buy cars, work where we want, marry who you want, eat what you want. You know, I always want, and raise your children the way you see fit, whether you want to homeschool them or send them to a school, private school, whatever. We should have the right to do that. And when our forefathers started our country, that's what they planned on. They took what they knew from the places they had left and wanted to make sure that we didn't have those things here, that we had the right to choose where we wanted to live, what we wanted to eat, who we wanted to marry, what we wanted to purchase, how much land, how little land, whether we wanted to grow our own food or live in a city. And I would like to see all that again for our future great grandkids and their ancestors one day, I hope. And maybe they'll read about what we did as Americans and we took back our country in history books. So we'll see. But tomorrow, I don't have any plans. Bruce is going to be on call. So we're not going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm sad about because I did miss one game while I was gone. But Sunday, I'm so excited because I've never seen this. We are going to watch in Discord, Search for Tomorrow. The first half of it, I guess. It's like a docu-series type thing, and they're interviewing people about making movies in the 80s and things like that. It's bunches of different actors, stuff. I've never seen it, and I'm excited about it. So if you want to watch this with us, send me a DM on Twitter or on Discord or wherever it is that you can get in contact with me. And I will send you an invite to Bruce's Discord so you can join us and watch it with us if you want, because we watch it, we talk about it a little bit, and then we'll do a review on it, on what we get to watch. So that will be fun. So anyone that's interested in that, there you go. Oh, look, Orange Hat's up past his bedtime. I don't know who this is.
Oh, that's from Buddy Chris. Fuck you.
Okay, he's teasing you, but whatever. I thought it was funny. But so if anyone's interested, I would be happy to invite you so you can hang out with us and it'll be fun. And besides that, I don't really have anything else planned yet until my next Team Shit Show. And I'm going to have a great guest. I'm so excited. I'm going to have Bear come on, and he's going to talk about the game that he's been writing and working on. And I'm excited about that. So that's what I'm going to do on Team Shit Show. And then we'll have the Friday Night Shit Show again on Friday. And you guys will be with me, hopefully. And hopefully we'll have some more shit to talk about. It seems like we never run out of tons of it.
So much shit to get through.
But what about you, Ruben? What is your plans?
So we got to all take shits.
What's your plans for this next week?
Oh, I'm just going to be doing videos every day. I've been basically out now that I'm out of rehab and I'm still trying to go through the process of getting healed up. You can follow me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Rumble, and on X. So what I do is I suspended my alt-right this channel because again my workouts have to be put on hold because of my condition right now. But on YouTube I have two channels. I have a channel called My Weight Loss Quest. I have links in my all of my bio on my main channel too on YouTube, and I have there I basically tell you I weigh myself every day. I tell you what I eat, tell you my routine. It's basically being accountable to this weight loss journey that I'm on. But what happened is I got very sick. I have this very, very rare condition, and I'm working through that right now. So I'm basically going to get that done. Hello. And then on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is my name, I just put my daily video. But where I'm really going to be doing more is on Rumble, and X. And X, now what I'm doing on X is I'm basically going to start doing video replies. Because again, people always say it's bot, it's this and that. So I'm engaging with everybody to get them out to vote. And again, look what I found. And look what I found. A Walkman.
What is it? Oh, a Walkman tape? Cool.
Yeah, but it's not what you think. I had bought this. I guess I'm cleaning up my thing. It's actually a Walkman. It's the size of a cassette.
Oh,
and
you can play your music on it though. It's a music player.
Yeah, it's a music player, but it's so nice. But there's like little things. As I'm cleaning up, I'm trying to organize my stuff and all that stuff, and I just found it. So that's why I was playing. I saw the music. I had the music on this here. That's why I pulled it out. I said, I have that song. It's my favorite song at Christmas time.
Yeah, Orange Hat.
Come on. Because again, it reminds me of, well, the girl all she wants is you. All right. Woo!
Yeah. Okay, so if you're romantic, fine. I have no problem with it. I'm not romantic. I can be romantic, but that's not romantic enough for me.
But tonight, before I close, I was going to play that same Trump video again, because I'd like to play it. It makes me feel good about what we're doing. Okay. Even though we're not a huge, we got 129 or now 131 people watching us right now. And the thing is that even though none of us are making money off of it, we love this country and we want to see everybody get as many facts as they possibly can and learn to fight for this country. What we need is each other, basically. Okay, we need to work together so we can accomplish the goal of saving this country and taking it away from the people that want to make us socialistic or communist or whatever. Yep. And that's it. It's us. And if we don't help each other and we stay divided because we're listening to the propaganda that's being spread by the media companies, then the best
analogy I have right now is every single person out there that's a Democrat is I'm Agent Smith and you are Neo. No, seriously.
Yeah,
every Democrat will turn on you, and they'll become Agent Smith. They will turn you in. We're in the battle of our life. It's darkness versus the light. Be Neo. Stand up to this crap.
Mm-hmm.
But again, remember,
don't take it.
the Democrats out there, they're the Agent Smiths. They're the Germans that will round you up. They are. They are mentally ill right now. TDS is real, and I see it every day online. And it's again, they are blinded. And again, the normies they actually think, they think felon, and it keeps over and over and over. Russia. Again, they're doing, and they're going after Lauren Chan. They're shutting down. They were going after Neurotic and all that stuff. It's getting nasty. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's terrible. And that's why we just got to keep doing what we're doing, because I really do believe by one person at a time, just like one state at a time, we will win. But everybody have a wonderful weekend. And thank you so much, Orange Hat and Ruben, for hanging out with me tonight. I really, really love you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So good night, everyone.
Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order. These allegations are false. Weapons of mass destruction. The USA Patriot. The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
In the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
Market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever.
Those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The employment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate.
Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?